Hi, I'm Michael Ireland, and I'm so excited to talk to you today about one of my favorite characters from history. Her name is Helena Petrovna Blavatsky. Mrs. Blavatsky, or HPB as she was known to her friends and associates, was a Russian aristocrat who came to New York City in the late 19th century. And because she was of the noble class, she fell in quickly with the elite class of New York. And all the rage at that time was psychic phenomenon, mediumship, and an interest in things arcane and mysterious. Helena quickly became interested in this subject material and very quickly became an astute medium. She wasn't a natural medium. She learned her skill as she went along, but she soon became extremely popular. She began to give seances and psychic readings and mediumship readings from her home, and she was soon visited by media and by newspaper reporters looking to find out what was really going on in that mediumship cabinet of hers. She had people spilling out the door, basically, interested in her phenomenal talent. Unfortunately, what ended up happening was that certain individuals felt jealous or afraid of what she was doing, and she was accused of being a fraud and a charlatan. She was accused of having forged letters that she claimed had come to her through automatic writing from masters from beyond, whom she called the Mahatmas. And she was accused of using what would then have been considered extremely early technology to create spiritual visions and voices from her mediumship cabinet, and basically doing all manner of fraudulent things during her mediumship and her seances. The shame was too great for Helena, and she fled America and moved to India. In India, she developed more theosophical societies and at the same time had been developing one in England. So she really did head up all of the theosophical societies that have been formed around the world since that period of time. But in India, she became quite popular quite quickly, and once again, those individuals who felt jealous of her talents and her renown called her out as a fraud. She was chased from one Indian city to another, developing theosophical societies as she went, always developing a great following. But ultimately, in each place that she lived, she was called out as a fraud and sent packing. So poor Helena ended up becoming rather lost and lonely, although she did travel with Henry Steele Olcott for many years, with whom she had developed the Theosophical Society of America. She ultimately died of influenza, having returned to England in 1891, and that is where she passed. What is most interesting to me about Helena Blavatsky, and I do hope that you find this interesting as well, is that she really is the grandmother of metaphysics on this planet. She was extremely interested in ancient traditions, Hermetic traditions, ancient esotericism, ancient myths and mysticism, and ancient Egyptian traditions, Pythagoreanism, Zoroastrianism, and all of this material she brought into her work for the Theosophical Society and into many of her writings. So if today you belong to a Unity church, or you belong to a spiritualist church, or you have ever done any work with Ernest Holmes or Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, or you know about Rudolf Steiner's anthroposophy, or anything that falls into the realm of New Thought, the human potential movement, metaphysical theology, if you look at the history of the subject that falls into those categories, you'll discover somewhere at the root of it the knowledge and the scholarship of Helena Blavatsky. So I hope that you'll take the time to delve into the work of this amazing woman read some of her books, read some of her writings, and discover how fascinating and how very, very important she is to all of us who are walking the metaphysical and spiritual path. Helena Petrovna Blavatsky died in 1891, and it was a loss to all of the world of spirituality and metaphysics. The grandmother of mediumship, HPB. I hope you'll track her down on the internet and do some reading on her. She is really a fascinating individual. Thanks so much for your time today. Have a wonderful day, and bye for now.